Hemophilia B is a rare bleeding disorder affecting over 230,000 people worldwide because by the absence or defective clotting protein, factor IX. Currently, prophylactic factor IX replacement therapy is the standard treatment, but the ongoing gene therapies such as Hemgenix by Amsterdam-based Biotech Unicor, UK-based Freeline Therapeutics FLT180A, and Pfizer's collaboration with Swiss biopharma Roche's Fidenacogene elaparvovec aim to offer less cumbersome treatments. These gene therapies help increase factor IX levels, facilitating the formation of blood clots to restrict bleeding. While these treatments have shown positive outcomes, the use of viruses to put the transgene in the liver has raised safety concerns, especially the potential for liver issues. A leaked abstract has revealed Johnson & Johnson and Legend Biotech's CAR-T therapy, CARVYKTI, reduced the risk of tumor progression or death by 74% compared to the standard of care in patients with multiple myeloma who have tried 1 to 3 lines of therapy. The therapy also showed a positive trend towards extending patients' lives, reducing the risk of death by 22%. The study's results surpassed the already high expectations of analysts at Cowen, who in January projected CARVYKTI would show a PFS improvement between 60 to 70%. Although demand currently outstrips supply for both CAR-T therapies, industry watchers suggest CARVYKTI would eventually emerge as the winner of a rival CAR-T therapy, Abecma, from Bristol Myers Squibb. Scientists at the Technical University of Munich have developed a method to study the individual cell components using nanobarcodes and electron microscopy. The team has created a genetic reporter system where protein capsules are produced by cells and used as barcodes to provide information about cellular processes and structures that were previously invisible with electron microscopy. The proteins, known as encapsuline, have metallic binding proteins built in, making them visible under the electron microscope. The research team hopes to use this technology to create a better understanding of cellular processes, including those involved in disease, and to develop therapeutic cells and tissues. The approach could also help identify the activity of specific genes and locate structures that are otherwise invisible. The researchers may even use the technology to create sensors to monitor changes in cell structure and function. Roche's antibody drug Polivy has received approval from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration for patients with diffuse large B-cell lymphoma, the most common form of non-Hodgkin lymphoma, who haven't been previously treated, broadening its use. Polivy, which is an antibody drug conjugate, was originally approved in 2019 for patients whose disease had progressed following 2 other treatments. In the new setting, physicians will use Polivy alongside a drug combination called R-CHP, which includes another Roche antibody called Rituxan. Before granting approval, the FDA reviewed data from a trial called Polarix. AbbVie has announced that its drug Calypta, or atogepant, has received approval from the US FDA to treat chronic migraines. Calypta, an oral CGRP receptor antagonist, is now the only drug approved as a preventive treatment for both episodic and chronic migraine frequencies. The FDA based its expanded approval on data from AbbVie's Phase 3 PROGRESS trial, which enrolled 778 patients with chronic migraine. Patients treated with Calypta saw a significant decrease in their average monthly migraine days across 12 weeks of treatment compared to placebo. Calypta also met all 6 secondary endpoints in PROGRESS, including better functioning and lower impairment of activity due to migraine. A new article states that 81% of rare disease product launches fail to meet revenue forecasts because they rely on traditional methods that only target diagnosed patients, specialty physicians, and marketing strategies suitable for common conditions. The article proposes the use of machine learning and artificial intelligence to analyze real-world data and identify undiagnosed and misdiagnosed patients, educate healthcare professionals, and reach sales goals more efficiently. Membrane proteins have a crucial role in cellular activities and are important drug targets, but their production is challenging due to various factors. Cynobiological has developed a virus-like particle or VLP technology platform that allows the display of target membrane proteins on the VLP surface, enabling their detection as normal proteins. The company has successfully produced full-length membrane protein products using this technology and offers custom membrane protein services to aid drug development. Adela, a Canadian startup, has developed a blood test that can detect the early stages of 12 different types of cancer by searching for small pieces of tumor DNA in the bloodstream. The company presented its findings, which were based on an analysis of around 4,000 archived blood samples, at the annual meeting of the American Association for Cancer Research. Adela's test, which isolates and captures the state of methylation across the cancer genome using a machine learning algorithm, was able to correctly identify cancers that shed a high amount of cell-free DNA 94% of the time. Eli Lilly presented Phase 1 clinical data for its KRAS G12 inhibitor at the American Association for Cancer Research meeting in Orlando. Lilly's drug is competing against Amgen's Lumakras and Mirati's Krasity, both of which have been approved as second-line treatments for lung cancer. However, Lilly hopes to differentiate its Phase 1 candidate by gaining approval as a first-line treatment. The study showed preliminary efficacy across all doses of several tumor types, including NSCLC, colorectal cancer, and pancreatic cancer. The drug also demonstrated a favorable safety profile. Meanwhile, Amgen and Mirati have attempted first-line trials with mixed results. Bristol Myers Squibb has paid German biotech Tubulis $22.8 million upfront to access technology that aims to create more stable drugs with improved risk-benefit profiles. The technology from Tubulis has the potential to reduce toxicity and make better antibody-drug conjugates, or ADCs, by minimizing premature loss of payload and stopping aggregation in circulation. Tubulis has said its Biotech payloads and P5 conjugation platform can limit target-independent toxicity. The agreement grants Bristol Myers exclusive access to Tubulis' technology for a selected number of highly differentiated ADCs to treat solid tumors. In return, the biotech could receive more than $1 billion in milestones. Researchers at Saarland University have developed luminescent solar concentrators that can generate electricity from sunlight in places where traditional photovoltaic elements are not suitable. The flexible, colorful material could allow for the combination of energy generation and design elements, particularly in the construction industry. The technology involves embedding fluorescent dyes in a silicon-like material, which, when excited by certain wavelengths of visible light, emit light of a longer wavelength that is concentrated at the edges of the material. Small solar cells placed at the edges can then generate electricity. Despite their low efficiency, the elements could be a useful addition to traditional photovoltaic elements because of their attractive design and suitability for integration into building structures. The human gut contains over 1,000 microbial species that play a significant role in the body's nutrient and drug metabolism, and its microbiome has been linked to an array of diseases, including Parkinson's disease. A growing body of research suggests that the gut's microbiome could transform medicine for neurodegenerative diseases like Parkinson. A study conducted by the University of Alabama showed a 30% difference in gut bacteria between people with and without Parkinson's disease, highlighting the gut's microbiome's capability to act as a drug target to battle and delay the progression of the disease. However, further research is needed to target the gut's microbiome and to establish the role of the gut in the functioning of the brain. A new test called SynTap, developed by the Parkinson's Progression Markers Initiative, could diagnose Parkinson's disease before symptoms appear. The test detects deposits of a protein called alpha-synuclein in the cerebrospinal fluid of at-risk and early-stage patients. In a study, the test distinguished Parkinson's patients from non-Parkinson's patients 88% of the time and had a specificity of 96%. SynTap was granted Breakthrough Device designation by the US FDA in February 2022 and can now be ordered by physicians for people exhibiting Parkinson's symptoms. The deposits of alpha-synuclein showed up in patients with early hallmarks of Parkinson's before dysfunction in the dopamine system was visible on brain scans. Identifying which patients have alpha-synuclein deposits could help researchers find better ways to treat them before they develop symptoms. A new poster published by Crown Bioscience explains a 3D ex vivo patient tissue platform that uses short-term tumor culture and high-content imaging for drug testing. The platform has been tested for ovarian and non-small cell lung cancer and immune checkpoint inhibitors. The poster presents the expansion of the platform to other cancers such as bladder, prostate, breast, melanoma, glioblastoma, and cholangiocellular carcinoma. Astronomers have shown that stars that are efficient in creating metals are less likely to form planets with protective ozone layers. This discovery will help scientists focus their search for life-sustaining planets. Using computer simulations, an international research group calculated how ultraviolet radiation from stars affects the atmospheres of exoplanets that are situated in a habitable zone, an area that allows for moderate temperatures. They used a chemistry climate model to simulate the chemical processes that occur within a planet's atmosphere and the effects of the characteristic UV radiation of the host star. The results indicate that for planets to form a protective ozone layer, they require a star that is relatively poor in metals and that doesn't have too high temperature. Oslo-based Nykode has announced positive results for its therapeutic vaccine, VB10.16, in treating cervical cancer. The vaccine, which targets the HPV-16 virus that is linked to the cancer, was used in combination with Roche's PD-L1 inhibitor, Tecentriq. Patients in the trial were tracked for an additional year after receiving treatment for up to 1 year, with median overall survival of 16.9 months for the entire population and a median greater than 25 months for the PD-L1 positive cohort. Nykode will conduct another trial for advanced cervical cancer by the end of the year, combining VB10.16 with a to-be-determined immune checkpoint inhibitor in hopes of receiving FDA approval by 2028. Noxtrace Health has received FDA De Novo clearance for its drug-free neurostimulation-based leg bands that are designed to alleviate restless leg syndrome. The 2 bands are worn around each leg overnight and activate muscles in the legs through electrical impulses that target the peroneal nerves, improving symptoms and sleep quality. The technology has been granted breakthrough device designation, and a randomized study of 133 participants concluded with statistically significant results across all primary and secondary efficacy outcomes. The wearables are catered towards people with restless leg syndrome that has not been effectively treated by prescription medications. No Labs has completed a proof-of-concept study that claims its non-invasive glucose monitoring sensor was able to distinguish between different water-based solutions with complete accuracy. The study was conducted in partnership with the Mayo Clinic, and the technology is built around No Labs' Body Radiofrequency Identification Platform, or BioRFID. The sensor sends out radio waves through the skin to measure molecular signatures in the blood. The data is transferred via Bluetooth to a connected smartphone app. CEO Ron Erickson said the study was an essential step towards FDA clearance for the technology. Thanks for watching my Biotech News Update. If you found this video informative, please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button for more updates. Additionally, all the sources used in this video can be found in the description below. Stay tuned for more exciting news in biotech.